Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, not quite Vietnam. Welcome everybody to today's episode of See You in the Morning, season 2, episode 3. We rolling. We in these streets. We doing it big. I'm trying to not be so black. On my screen, I look like I'm almost light skinned, but I'm looking at a secondary screen and I'm looking real Wesley Snipes-ish. So we're trying to change that narrative of being Wesley Snipes-ish. But welcome to See You in the Morning, brought to you by your friends at Everbowl. If you want to put food in your mouth hole, make the right choice, go to Everbowl. I don't think that's the official theme song, but I like it. You want to put food in your mouth hole, make the right choice, go to Everbowl. It's the perfect time to go to Everbowl first thing in the morning because we got all kinds of coffees and great ways to get your day started. So if you got a chance to, go check out Everbowl, Suffolk, Virginia. That's our corporate sponsor. If you want to be a corporate sponsor, you can always email me, getcletusbooked@gmail.com. That is getcletusbooked@gmail.com. And you be like, hey, man, I want to be a sponsor for this show. And I'll be like, hey, man, come on in. Sponsor away. So the most important part of the show is the very first part of the show. So welcome everybody to this show. This is your first time. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for showing up. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. If you returning like you've never been here before, man, I appreciate it. You can be anywhere, but the fact that you chose to stay here makes me feel good on my inward parts. Now, I start this show off the same way every day, and that's by speaking to the people that speak to me. Old school parenting, old school logic. When I was growing up, they used to be like, yo, your shoes ain't rest under my bed last night. You ain't keep it, so you got to speak to people. Just because you didn't sleep, the people like, you ain't sleep with me last night. And so that used to be what made it all worth it. If you slept with somebody last night, then you didn't have to. You didn't have to speak to them. As far as I know, I slept with my wife last night in the same bed, and I think she probably would have felt the way if I didn't speak to her this morning. I'm almost positive that she would have had some emotions if I didn't speak to her this morning. So I don't think that's the drawing line, but we'll go with it. So good morning, everybody that's in here. Paula, perfecting my love walk over there on Instagram. So now the Instagram people, y'all don't show up on the main feed, but I mean, we tried. So let me go ahead and start by speaking to all the people that speak to me. First off, Franita with the bronze medal this morning, the mythical morning medals. Franita with the bronze. Lisa with the silver. Dolores this morning rocking with the gold. And the aluminum fourth goes to Tamika. I'm not calling her Miss G. First of all, have you ever had a friend that you just don't know how to say their name? I don't know how to say her name. We've been friends for multiple years, and I just been like, Tamika. Because for some reason, she was given a name that nobody was going to be able to pronounce. She didn't learn how to pronounce her name until I think she was in the 9th grade. I don't think she got it right. So I just don't know how to say it. And she's going to say something like, it's not that hard to say. All the people that got hard names to say always say that. They be like, it's not even really that hard to say. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your name has 14 consonants and no vowels. How was we supposed to put that together? How was we supposed to put all that together? That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Now today is Wednesday. We start our show off a little different on Wednesday. Today's our first show that has some kind of structure to it. Today is our Wedded Wednesdays. I got with my man Pastor Shy. Real talk, strong relationships, kingdom purpose. This is a man now who is a published author. A published author. Now he did it with his wife. I don't know how y'all write a book together. I don't know. And first of all, I don't think anybody writes books anymore. I don't think book writing is a thing. It's more of a book typing. Somebody types a book. I think you work together on it. You know, you do a little bit, I do a little bit, but the two of them lived life experiences, all kinds of stuff. So they wrote a book. The book is out now. The book is out now. I went on Amazon on yesterday to take a look at the book. I'm excited about it, not only because my friend just wrote a book, but I mentioned in the book, and I mentioned on Amazon. I didn't get to write the forward. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how life has a way of putting you in your right place. Life has a way of putting you in your right place. Pastor Shy called me about his book. Pastor Shy was like, hey man, I got a book. I'd be honored if you wrote a little blurb for the book. If you wrote a blurb, BLURB, write a blurb for my book, man, we'd be honored if you did it. I was honored. I felt great because I've never been asked to really write and you know, for somebody's book. I feel like it's gonna be in there. I feel like I'm published because he's published. Book comes out, I find out that not only did he get somebody else to write the forward, because the forward really is the beginning of the book. The forward is really Genesis of the book. The Genesis of the Bible. Like the Bible don't even have a forward. Like if somebody wrote, hey, this is the Bible, the forward sets the tone for the whole Bible. Not only did he get somebody else to write the forward, but another comedian. And this comedian is so childish that he decided to rub it in my face on Facebook. The childishness of said comedian, he decided that he was going to rub it in my face on Facebook. So now, not only did I not get to write the forward, I didn't get to write the backward, but he got another comedian to write it, and that comedian rubbed it in my face. But he's going to be on today in just a few minutes to talk. I don't know what he's going to be talking about today, but I'm excited that he's on. Because there's no other pastors on. I didn't invite another pastor on and have him come and talk about anything. No, it's just him. It's just him. I didn't be like, hey, here goes some other pastors I'm gonna bring in. No, I didn't do that to him. Didn't do it to him at all. But this is what I get though. I got and let me tell you, it goes deeper. It goes deeper. You know what? I just thought about it. Not only did this other comedian get to write the forward, he got an autographed copy of the book. Autographed copy. He just emailed it to me. He was like, huh? That's what I got. I got a here. Take this. That's what I got. And meanwhile, the other person got an autographed copy with a full page of autograph. That's when you know. That's when you know. You got to know your role. You got to know your role. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna hold it up any further. I'm gonna bring this man in, ladies and gentlemen. The award-winning author of the book "Winning Together: Keys to Building a Thriving Marriage." Please show your love for the one, the only, Pastor Shy Richardson. What's going on, Pastor Shy?
Yo, what up, fam? Good morning,
now
good
fam.
people.
See how it go, man? People change.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen. You don't have. I mean, I know this is your spot, so you get to build your case. You know what I'm saying? But for the people in the back, can I just put a little context to this?
Go ahead.
Just a little context.
Be contextual.
So yeah, Griff.
I didn't even say Griff's name. You said it.
Okay, so Griff, that's who he's talking about, right? Because if they get the book, they're gonna see he wrote the forward. Now, gotcha. I will say that Griff and his beautiful wife came to me and my wife for marriage counseling. Okay. We were their marriage counselors. We were at their wedding. So we actually had to input from ministering to them along this journey. Well, Cletus just up and got married. I didn't get to do any counseling. I did get an invite to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? I got an invite to the wedding, but at no point did he ask me anything, any advice, anything. And then he's the newbie when it comes to being married. You know what I'm saying? So this is a marriage book. I think it was a honor just to put somebody who ain't been married a year in the marriage book. But that's love. That's I don't know how you received it, but to me, that was love. Just to say, man, I know you don't really understand this, but I respect you and appreciate you so much, even though you didn't ask me no advice for marriage. We gonna put you in the book. So I just want to put that in there for the people in the back.
This is the guy you decided to put in there. This guy, okay, right here. You put Griff in there, but not me.
I did,
and it's okay. And it's okay. Now I get it. Now I'm going to disagree with you because I was in a sticky situation. Okay. Now when you get married, you just know how churches are, especially when we start talking about churches in the African American community. Those pastors get real possessive about their particular particular members, and so many churches, and this is not just one culture. Many churches are like, the pastor won't do your wedding unless you come to their marriage counseling.
Come on with it.
Now, we all know that Griff is an uncircumcised Philistine, so he don't really have no church. So he was just a free agent in the wind, so he can go to anybody to get counseling. He just needed the help. My pastor had rules. My pastor says you have to come to our. They have a whole class, multiple weekends of graduation, cap and gown. You got to go through all of the marriage talk, or he's not going to be able to do the wedding. And that was why I didn't want. One of the reasons why I didn't come to you for marriage.
One of the reasons.
Second of all, you're 12,000 miles away. It's very difficult to get to you. Now we could have Zoomed it, but I think that's impersonal. I think you got to be right in the room for marriage counseling. People that's getting marriage counseling over Zoom, they get divorced before the end of the week. You got to be right there.
No. Well, listen, I was just reading about a dude named Nicodemus who came at night because he didn't want anybody knowing the daylight that Jesus was really his dude. You know what I'm saying? You could have Nicodemus, Nicholas. Whoa, you see how I put that together?
I saw it. I saw it.
Okay. I'm just saying you could have, I'm just saying we could have worked something out. We could have kept it on the down low. Nobody had to
no. First of all, not in today's society. I know we're just coming out of June. That's the second thing that you just said that was real questionable. We could have kept it on the down low, and then Nicodemus came at night. Not neither one of the things have anything to do with what we got going on. Let's get into this thing, man. Because first of all, congratulations on the book, man. Now, how many steps is in that book? I think Drew Hill sang about 5, but your book has how many?
8. We got 8 of them things.
8 steps to what was it? Successful marriage,
thriving marriage, thriving. Yes, sir. Yeah, not just surviving, thriving.
So that's a step or two. That's a step or two above surviving, because a lot of people are surviving, but they're not thriving. And I ain't even just talking about in marriage. I'm talking about in life in general. So you got a lot of people that are just surviving, they're not thriving. So thriving is different. That's a big thing, man. I think when I was younger, we used to go through this whole thing about surviving and living. There's a whole lot of people that are surviving, but they're not really living. You know what I'm saying? So because to live life is different. You're getting out, you're exploring, you're enjoying things in life, all kinds of stuff like that. To just be surviving, you just eating, you just doing the bare essentials.
Well, that's why even when it comes, because people here, I've been married 33 years, and that's after 3 weeks. I said hello. 3 weeks later, I said I do. So when people hear that and then they hear 33 years, they're like, wow, that's amazing. It is. But then the question is, what kind of 33 years have you had? Because some people have had longer marriages, but they've not been thriving marriages. They've been surviving marriages. So thank God you survived, but have you enjoyed the ride? My wife and I are happy to say, man, that we have enjoyed the ride. Not that there's not been some ups and downs, because that comes along with life and marriage. But I can honestly say after 33 years, I'm more excited about what's to come versus what we've already enjoyed. So that's why we use the word thriving, because we want people to have marriages that they enjoy being married. Because if you do this thing right, it's an amazing trip.
So let's talk about it right there, man. So let's establish some things.
Sure.
When you married your wife after 3 weeks, won't marry. I mean, wasn't pregnant. You chose,
wasn't pregnant.
it won't like a shotgun marriage. It won't like she came
No.
to you like, hey, guess what? I'm late. You was like, okay, cool.
Right.
Now we got my boy said, hey man, can we slow down? What you mean hello? Then I do 3 weeks later. Non-traditional.
Right.
What really led you to marrying this woman after 3 weeks? Because I think that's a almost an unrealistic threshold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that night it was hard to explain, right? Because we were just sitting, we were actually in the club having a conversation. But it was just certain things that caught my eye, right? The fact of how she carried herself, right? Because I thought she was I thought she was about 10 years older than me. Because hold on, I lost Cletus. This is
I'm
Pastor
here,
Joshua.
man.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
producing the show. Just
Oh,
you just
I was
talk.
about to take over. So so when I met her, she carried herself with a elegance, a maturity that you wouldn't have expected from somebody who was 20 years old. So I thought she was older than me because she was just so classy. And then in hearing her talk about, we just talked about goals and ambitions and things. And so while she's talking to me, I'm 19 years old at the time, and everything within me is having a conversation with myself. And here's what the conversation sounds like. Doc, I know that you're not thinking about getting married, nor are you ready to get married. But 10 years from now, you're going to look back and say, you met her and you should have married her. Because I knew that if I didn't marry her, then I was in the military. And actually, I was getting ready to move to my next duty station. And so I knew that if I didn't marry her then, had I got to that next duty station, matter of fact, was coming to Norfolk, right? If I got to Norfolk single, I knew that marriage wasn't going to happen. So for me, it was the risk of saying, marry her. The worst thing that can happen is you get divorced. Don't marry her. The worst thing that can happen is you marry the wrong one when the right one was sitting in front of you. So I was willing to take the risk.
New duty meant new booty. That's what you was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother.
New
Yes,
duty
sir.
meant new booty.
Yes, sir.
James says I got married after 6 months. That is interesting. What do you say to the person that says, because people say this all the time, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but women say men know within the first month if that's somebody they want to marry. They say that women know basically on the first date 2, whether that's somebody they be willing to marry. What do you think is the timeline, or when do people generally know?
So now let me say this, because somebody said military wedding. Yes and no, right? Because it wasn't a situation where either one of us was desperate to get married, right? It really had everything to do with us meeting somebody that said, "Oh my God, did I just meet the one?" Now I also say this, and I tell people who follow our story, do not do what we did, right? Getting married in 3 weeks, we are blessed to still be married, because the first 2 years were rough and horrible, because there's no way you can know somebody, and I mean know somebody, in 3 weeks. As a matter of fact, one of the keys in the book is knowing who your partner is, right? Getting to know your partner, because a lot of times what happens is that you marry somebody, and then they used to say back in the day, you marry the person representing them, but the real person's not there. There's truth to that, in the standpoint of that when you first dating somebody, you're not airing out stuff that will make them run. You're not telling them the things about yourself that they are not going to like. You're putting your best foot forward. Well, when you marry somebody, you get both feet, right? So instead of just marrying the right foot, you might want to find out what's going on with the left foot. So I don't recommend anybody do what we do. Absolutely get to know that person, because you can know that you want to be with that person immediately, but you'll never know who you are marrying until that shows up eventually. So you can know immediately, man, I think I want to be with this person, but then who is all of that person that you want to be with?
So you're saying take her for a pedicure when you meet her.
There you go. Oh, pedicure.
You can
See what you're working with.
You can see both of her feet. And a lot of them now, would you suggest marrying a woman that don't have that pinky toenail? You know what? We're not going to discuss that. That's for another. I just
Well,
believe,
come
I
on now.
believe this. If you meet a woman, you take her to get a pedicure, she don't have a pinky toenail, but she paints that pinky toe, she's deceitful. Leave her be. That is a deceitful harlot. You, you let her get, she knows she ain't got no nail on that pinky toe, but she goes and paints it anyway. She got Ming
Sir.
Ling in there painting on a fake. You let that
Well,
go.
now I will say this: all of us have, or maybe we do have what we call non-negotiables, right? So
Okay.
there are some things that, because here's the problem: a lot of times we're marrying potential, right? There's no guarantee that that potential will ever come to pass. And so you have to be willing to say, if this person never changes, am I okay with the things I don't like? So there are some things that I would call non-negotiables, that if you go into a marriage and say, so my wife is she's short, right? She's a beautiful woman, but she's short, right? I knew then that 33 years later, she's not gonna get any taller. And I was okay with that, right? Because now I can't get mad at her 10 years later because you're too short. No, I married you and I knew what I was getting myself into. So just like you said, if you go get that pedicure and that whole having all 10 toes is a non-negotiable, unless you're willing to get a prosthetic or just keep on shoes all the time, you might you might want to say, I can't marry you without the pinky toe.
I love having a short wife because I always know, like, when it comes to gifts and stuff, I can keep them in the house. I just put them up somewhere high. I ain't never gotta go and like get somewhere to go. Put stuff like, she got gifts all over this house right now, but she just can't see them. You just put them on the top shelf, she'll never know.
Sir.
I keep the crock pots up high. She can't reach the crock pots. Put the gifts in the crock pots, she'll never know they're there. She can't get in there. She can't reach it.
Well, knowing your wife, now that you don't put it out there, she's gonna get all them gifts.
She got to figure out how to get up there. All I got to do is when I leave the house, I take the step stool with me, and she's locked. So let me ask you this quick thing, real quick. What do you think? What do you think? And I'm going to ask you this for men, and I don't know if Lady Rebecca's around. She might be able to.
She's around. She's around.
She may be able to tag in and help. So right now we got people who are in relationships. We got people who are looking for relationships. I see this all the time. People keep talking about how the dating pool has pee in it, as if they not peeing too. That's what a pool is for. That's what, people act like it's for swimming, but a pool is just a public restroom. That's why I stay out of them. They always act like it's tarnished. It's what do you think is the key to making yourself? That's what we'll do today. Are you marryable?
Are you marriage material?
Are you marryable? Are you a person that somebody want to marry? I see a lot of my friends who are still single.
That's good.
And I look at them and they be like, I can't find nobody. It's the dating pool. Man, it's probably not the pool. You could be at a water park. You could be in a dating airplane. You would probably still be by yourself because you got some issues. What do you think is a key for a man to show himself marryable? What are the key things that you think from a man's perspective? What is important for a man to show himself to be marryable? Now, women may see it differently. That's why I was like, maybe if Lady Rebecca wants to come through, I know she got to,
she ripping and running. She about
TV
to go
ready.
out, but she can hear me. Rebecca, you can hear me, right? Okay, so she can correct me if I'm wrong, because I actually think that this key that you're asking, I think it works on both sides, right? When we think about people with whether it be employment or making money, right? One of the things that people tell you is that one of the ways to make money is to be a problem solver, right? Because all of these things in life that we're willing to pay for, a lot of those things solve problems. I think being marriage material is, what problem are you here to solve? A lot of times we go into marriage looking for somebody to solve our issues, but we don't go in there saying, listen, I'm here to make your life better. And remember, when I sat there and listened to my wife talk, what made me want her is that I knew she would make me better. Everything about her said, man, I'm gonna be a blessed man because of this woman, which in turn also made me say, now what do I bring to the table, so that she would see the benefit of having me. So here's the question for both sides: how is somebody benefiting from having you in their life?
Yeah. So there's a lot of benefits. I think that when you put that question on the table, I think people see that different ways, right?
Okay.
I think people see that different ways. I think you have to decide how you want to be seen as important. And here's what I'm saying, because we can go and be 100% with it, because most of the people are grown people today.
Yeah, talk to me.
Most of the people's grown people as we talking. A lot of people be like, "Hey man, I'm bringing that meat to the table."
See, I'm glad you said that.
A lot of ladies be like, I got that warm taco. What are you?
Come on.
What is the most important part? Because if that's all you can bring to the table, sometimes all the Viagra in the world ain't gonna be able to keep you together.
So I'll go back to the story. I want to stay consistent. Again, the night I met her, she was an attractive woman, but that's not what she was advertising, right? She wasn't saying, I'm offering you body parts. It was her conversation. It was the things that she was talking about: dreams, visions, planning, goal, not deep, but deep enough to where I can get certain things anywhere, right? She was offering me something that I couldn't find anywhere else. That's why I put a ring on her finger, right? Because anybody can bring body parts, right? But outside of the stuff that we all have, what about you? So, like, for right now, right? I knew then, and I'm benefiting now. My wife's a visionary. She's a planner. She's a thinker. She's an encourager. She's the one who doesn't just help lift me up on bad days, but she'll help me navigate through those bad days, right? She's the one who I remember years ago when I lost my job. And I lost it because I ain't gonna say I lost it. I quit, right? They got on my nerves and I quit, right? And I had to come home.
Yeah,
now
people always think they quit. People always think they quit, but you was getting fired the day that you.
No, I quit. I quit. I quit. On that particular incident, I quit. Well, on my way home, I thought about what I didn't think about was that, no more money coming in. So by the time I got home, I was already bracing myself for being the backlash, the verbal backlash I was going to get from her. How you stupid? How would you do? How can you quit? We got this. We got this. And for her to sit down next to me and say, "Sweetheart, I just want you to know I trust you. I know it's going to be tough, but baby, I got you. We're going to get through this together." I don't think you know how many men wish to God that they had somebody who can support them in moments like that when their ego is bruised and crushed. So again, body parts didn't bring me that. So if all you're bringing is body parts, that part of the marriage, it's not going to last for so long. You can't have so much sex in a day, right? And the older you get, right? Listen, for those that are young, hey, Lionel Richie said all night long, but then he almost passed out singing that song a couple weeks ago, right? So it has to be something that's deeper than the things that are not going to last.
Listen, that's a strong one. How many? And I know we got ladies that are watching, man, and they can get over to the chat. Remember, Winning Together by Pastor Shy. Rebecca Richardson is available now. I have Pastor Shy, author of that book, and also the lead voice in our Wedded Wednesdays with Pastor Shy. How many ladies out there that you done married this man, then he gonna come home and tell you he quit his job? How many of y'all around with that? My wife, I think one of the things with my wife, I think, which is interesting, is that we've had different ups and downs situations. And of course, because I live like a drug dealer, and when I say that, is that you just don't know. Like, it might be a drought. I gotta work now because what's gonna happen later on. One of the things my wife always gives me, my wife has this whole we gonna be all right. She's Kendrick Lamar. That no matter what comes up, man, I'm like, hey man, I think I worry about situations way more than she does. I overthink them. I say to myself, man, what about same thing that you go, hey man, how are we gonna get money in? How are we gonna eat? Where the kids gonna go? What's this gonna happen? What's going this? She'll just be like, dog, we good. If you made this decision, I trust you in this decision. We gonna be all right. Now, silently, she might be being a duck. You know how they say a duck, you look at a duck over top of the water, that duck like it's chilling. But meanwhile, the feet is, you don't know the pattern that's going on underneath. but the exterior you just see is all cool. How many women are really willing? And for guys, I don't think it's a different burden. I think guys are expected to carry it. If you marry a woman and tomorrow she come in, she be like, I quit my job. I don't think anybody will look at a man the same if he leaves his wife because she quit his job. Then they will look at that wife for doing the same thing.
I agree, Doc. Matter of fact, because in one of the chapters, and I see Queen, I see Queen Down Nation. That's right. Said, listen, she riding because she would marry the person that would do the same for her. Absolutely. In one of the chapters of the book, we talk about roles in relationship, going to what you said. And a lot of times people, they get caught up in roles and responsibilities, right? Because I can work like he can work. But like you said, if he stops working and money gets funny, most people are not going to blame the wife. They're going to blame the dude, right? And there was there's some, I don't know the name of it, but there's some relationship thing that's been traveling the country. And I saw one of the guys, Lance Gross, is on the panel.
Oh, that's
one of the women,
the conversations, the evening conversations or something like that. Yeah, I've seen it.
And one of the ladies went viral because that's what she was talking about, that she wants to leave her husband to go back to her ex because her husband hit a season where he was financially struggling. And so she wanted advice from them about leaving her husband to go back to her ex simply because her ex took better care of her financially.
Yeah, but he was your ex for a reason. But here's the thing, and I think a lot of times I will be 100%. Men get blamed for all the household things. If and I think we put that on us. I have a whole daughter. I would always suggest to my daughter, I would say to my daughter, if something was going wrong and she got a man at the house, well, what is that man doing?
Right.
If you come to me and be like, hey, our lights get ready to get cut off, what is that man doing? And she live by herself, call your daddy. But if she got a man in the house, I think that's the expectation. If there's a man in the house, that stuff should be working. If your tires are falling off your car, they can be like, yeah, ain't you got that man in the house? Why your tires falling off your car? I think men get the stress of having to take care of everything in the house. The wife gets the blame for the husband. Yeah. That's the only thing the wife gets the blame for. The wife gets the blame for why you got on white shoes and black socks. Why you that's what we get. Absolutely. She let that man out the house and his hair ain't cut. That's what we get. That's what the woman gets. Stuff that's super superficial. There's nothing other than the kids.
Right.
Now a wife, if you all share kids, wife gets blamed for everything that goes on with the kids.
Got you.
If them kids is failing school, they be like, where the mama at? Why the kids ain't going to school? Why the mama ain't got them kids in school? Why the mama let them kids out the house looking like that? That's what they get. But as far as the structure of the home, I think men get blamed for that. Should we still be, and I'm gonna let you get out of here. Should we still be living in those? Because we got a whole season of shows. We can't do all of it in one day. Should men still be blamed for the structural stuff? You talked about gender roles. Are there still gender roles in marriages?
So again, I use the word gender responsibilities, right? Because roles, people get caught up on that word roles because they look at what I can do versus what I should do. I give another example, and I want to drop one more thing on you. Protection, right? I believe, and I think most people will agree that when it comes to, if there's a man and woman in the house, right? If there's somebody breaking in, a noise, some danger in the house, most people would automatically look to the guy and say, what you going to do? I wonder how many women who are married with a man right now, if you think that there's a burglar, somebody breaking in your house, and he turns to you and say, baby, go check out and see what's going on. I just wonder how that's going to work out for you, right? So again, it's responsibility. It's can a woman protect herself? Absolutely. But should she have to protect herself when there's a full-grown man right there and you both hear that there's somebody coming into the house? Right.
Good morning, Dr. Kimberly. Yeah. Now, unless you're living with Big Shirley.
Yeah, that's different. Big Shirley.
If Big Shirley is there and you little Tim, yeah, you go ahead and let Big Shirley handle that. It's crazy because all the guns in the house are mine, right?
Okay.
My wife's like, I don't want guns, blah blah blah. But and this is exactly what she said to me. It's guns. I don't want nothing to do with it. But just tell me where they are, just in case. Like she ain't trying to deal with the guns. Even when we go shooting, she like, I'm not gonna do that. Now, funny story. Yesterday, she tells me some wildlife. She thought some wildlife was dead on the porch. She gets up early in the morning to go to the gym. I'm asleep. I don't even hear, to be honest, I don't even hear her when, I think that's right when I hit my REM sleep is when she gets up. Because I don't hear her move. I don't know she's gone, none of that kind of stuff. She tells me some kind of wildlife must have died on the porch. She was like, it's a bird on the porch screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs. And she was like, I almost woke you up to come handle it.
Oh, wow.
Like, I almost woke you up. She said, but I went, and by the time I got out the door, it was gone. She's like, it was a bird making all that noise. I think that's the role. I think that's the role. Yeah. But I also instilled that in our relationship. My wife was of course my wife was single before we got married, because that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Amen.
But she had gotten into the position where she does everything for herself. Now, my if y'all don't know, my wife is a stripper that keeps her clothes on. She's a dancer. She's a private dancer, dancing for money. And so we got more speakers than any DJ that I know. Listen, I know a lot of DJs. What up, Rodney Perry? I ain't met near DJ that got more speakers than we got. Whenever she wants to go out, you know the first thing she does? These 3,000-pound speakers, she wants to go and put them in the car. We got to fight, literally. I'd be like, would you leave the speakers? I'm here. That's my job, to put that speaker in the car.
Right.
Why is you carrying this heavy speaker? Like, I can do it. It's not that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't do it.
Absolutely.
However, you are a woman. Leave that speaker alone.
Yeah.
Let me carry the speaker. But I had to fight her to get to that point. I think we got to realize, and I think that's what Letitia said. Letitia said, that's what I got to work on. I'll jump up out of instinct and see what it is. How do we get women to get into their soft girl era where they're okay with letting the man go ahead and fight a battle? Because depending on where your wife was raised and how your wife was raised, she might be the first one to the guns downstairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't make her right or wrong.
Right.
But you have to be able to, as a man, you have to be able to overcome that spirit in her so that she'll trust you.
Absolutely. And you said it again, it's you actually answer that, right? It's the communication and getting those trust levels where they need to be. And speaking of communication and fighting, here's the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, right? And again, if you please go get the book, right? I'm selling these books because I'm trying to keep it with my wife's lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? She's killing me over here, and so every book goes to her. Okay, I'm just kidding. But there's a chapter talking about fighting fair, rules of engagement, right? Because one of the things that's inevitable is that if you're living in the house with somebody, you're going to disagree. One of the things we had to learn, and more me than her, was that even in disagreeing, there should still be decorum, right? Because a lot of times when we're arguing, we're doing more damage than good because we're saying stuff that we're going to regret later. Let me tell you guys something. When me and my wife used to argue, I talk about her mama. I mean, I went for the jugular. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it was about winning the argument. And then you see Rebecca in the comment section. It was about winning the argument, and then we could be friends later. But I had to learn that your words matter, especially when you're speaking to somebody that you love, right? So talking, and even what you said earlier about a woman feeling safe enough to say, okay, not that I can't go check things out, but do I need to? A lot of times that's just a matter of a conversation, right? Instead of him getting mad, every time I try to protect you, you jump up and such and such. I ain't going, nah, don't take all that. It's like what you said. It's like, sweetheart, listen, I understand, or you can help me understand why you feel the need to go check out stuff, but I just want you to know I'm here, right? You don't have to do that anymore. It's just a matter of laying stuff out, communicating, and learning how to go from surviving, there it is, Cletus, to thriving, right? And so listen, guys, I'm about to get out of here, but the reason we wrote this book, and thank you so much, Cletus, again, I promise you get the right to next forward for the second installment. We're gonna have you forwarding that puppy. Is because after 33 years, especially starting with 3 weeks, if you know us, you know that we don't do this for the gram, right? We're not acting like we love each other. Again, in the book, we share stories about our lowest points because we've had them, right? We dealt with a lot of things from infidelity to infertility, right? To poverty, to bankruptcy. We've been through almost everything you can go through, sickness, all kind of stuff. But by grace, by God's grace, and by being willing to put in the work, 33 years later, I can't believe that we're not just still standing, but we still have fun. We still love each other. Because marriage has gotten a bad rap, guys. I get so tired of hearing people talk about how hard marriage is, how rough it is. Marriage, it's work, but it doesn't have to be a job, right? Everybody doesn't love their job, right? So we want you to know that this stuff is possible. It's an easy read. It's only 102 pages, and it'll make you laugh all the way through. That's why I got my comedian friends to forward it, write a little something in it, and then hopefully, Nicholas will treat me like Nicodemus because he's been married for a whole year, and I guess
not yet.
Okay,
I'm still.
Talk to us.
What's today?
Countdown.
Yeah. I'm still. Today is the what? 8th, 9th? What's today? Today is the 8th. Yeah, today's the 8th.
It is the 8th.
So I only got 342 days in. So I still got 23 more.
Okay, we with you if you need us for them 23. We with you.
Yeah, I'm not allowing her to leave, and plus I already planned a trip for the for the anniversary, so she gonna have to leave after that. I'm gonna tell you that's one thing. If you ready to go, you're gonna have to leave after that, because that vacation's paid for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I did not hold back any of the stops, and that's the problem. Now I think I did it wrong, me personally.
Okay, talk to us.
I think I'm doing too much. I think I'm doing too much on this first one, because now there's gonna be a standard set.
Okay.
That all of the rest of them, I should have just been like, let me get her some flowers and some candy for the first one. Then I can progress better. But I didn't went all out, and I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I'm going to buy a private mountain or something. It's kind of crazy. I was like, how am I going to top this? Because she becomes expectant. It's two things. Right? One thing about my wife, she doesn't fuss.
Okay.
She mentions.
Okay.
Which I almost think I would rather her fuss, but she mentions. Like, she ain't gonna be like, I need you to go in there and wash the dishes. She'll just be like, these dishes ain't done. That's her thing. She ain't gonna say nothing. She'll just be, trash ain't taken out. That's crazy. And she'll walk off.
Yes, sir.
She'll be like, there's shoes everywhere in here. She just mentions. She don't fuss. She mentions.
Yes, sir.
So far she mentions. And second thing is, she becomes accustomed.
Okay.
She becomes accustomed. Okay. If I do something, she becomes accustomed to that. Like, listen, if I cook breakfast, and she be like, she ain't going back in the kitchen to cook no more.
Right.
Ain't no need for her to cook no more breakfast. You do it. I'm accustomed to you cooking breakfast.
Come on now. Yeah.
So now,
I get it.
Now, I think I messed up. I did too much for this first one. But in my defense, I was sick on our honeymoon.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for the honeymoon, true story. For the honeymoon, so for the wedding, I was like, oh, I want to look good in these pictures. I'm gonna get the gray taken out of my beard.
Okay.
So if you see any of the wedding pictures, jet black. Hey, I turned back about 10 years. However, horrible allergic reaction to it. Horrible.
Really?
Horrible allergic reaction to the dye. Face is all swole up, man. We were in literally, they called them weeping wounds.
Okay.
Like, my face was leaking. Like, I had to keep paper on it. Like, I ruined like 3 shirts. It was crazy how that worked. And I ended up in the urgent care, all kinds of stuff. They got me on medications, all these things. So we ain't really get to enjoy the honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? So I guess this will kind of make up for it a little bit.
Well, you had 5 pictures though. You had 5 pictures.
Man, the pictures look great. The pictures are amazing. But no, but I was gone from here. Like this, that allergic reaction was reacting like never before.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy how that went. The photos came out great.
Hey, that's all that matters, brother. That's all that matters.
The photos came out great. It's like how women wear a pair of heels they ain't got no business wearing.
Sir.
Feet.
I ain't figured that out yet.
Feet be like this inside the heel. Ankle be all toe up, but they be like, but I look good though. I be like, yeah, but you almost died. You almost You almost died.
That's how you lost that pinky toe. That's how you lost that pinky toe.
That's why they don't have no pinky toes no more. Pinky toes are at a premium. I think if I could start a business, I would probably start me a little pinky toe business. I'd sell bootleg pinky toes because there's a lot of women out there that need them.
Listen, I'm with you, man. We're gonna go in line. www.fixthemfeet.com.
Pinkytoes.com. That's all. But you know what? There's a lot of foot fetishes out there. We might get a lot of the wrong business if we start up pinkytoes.com. Let everybody know, man. Again, real quick, I got it running across the top.
So,
but let them know where to find the book, where to find you, and all of those things.
If you just go, we got a brand new website. It's shy, SHY, the letter N, Becca.com, right?
Did you just spell the word shy?
Shy, SHY, N, Becca.com.
Thank you. You didn't spell Becca. Because that's the one, that's the word that could be hard. Shy is
that the one?
If you can't spell shy, I really don't want you on my website.
I don't know, brother. I don't know. I've had people spell my name all kind of SCHI, see, shy. Okay, anyway. Shy and Becca, my wife put it in the chat. ShyandBecca.com. Everything is there. The book is there. Our story is there. You can just anything you want to know, just go to ShyandBecca.com. And then we're on Shine Becca on everything, right? Shine Becca, Instagram, everything. And of course, the book is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, My Trunk, everywhere else you can find the book. The book is everywhere. So we would love if you would check it out. I think it would bless your marriage and bless your life.
Look at that. You see that? Look at that.
The beard was bearded.
No gray anywhere. Not a
beard was
gray.
Bearded.
Yeah, that gray is gone. But I almost died.
Man, you look like you was 30 something in that picture, brother.
Yeah. But almost bit the dust on that thing. Almost bit the dust is what happened. Man, thank you so much, man. Shy and Becca with 2 C's. Shy and Becca with 2 C's.com is where you want to go to get all of the information on this wonderful couple. Now, every Wednesday you'll be here. Now, next Wednesday we're gonna have to go Memorex.
Yes,
you doing it up next Wednesday, so you won't be here live. We'll have the discussion either way, but you just won't be here live to get it. And I can't wait, man, because well deserved. One of the reasons why you wrote the book is so that you can do the things that you're about to start doing. So I'm excited, man, that you get to go.
LeBaron said you done killed yourself for a picture. I just saw it.
I almost died for a picture. And that's what's crazy. Like it won't even. I mean, I ain't gonna say it won't worth it, but it was a picture. Look at y'all. There's your wife, and she's short.
I told you, and she got no heels in that picture.
We'll just say that you 7'1".
Okay, we'll say that for the people in the back. I'm an ex-NBA player. We'll say that to make her feel better.
Yeah.
I told you she's short, Doc. I told you she's short.
You definitely said it, man. ShineBecca.com. Thank you so much, Pastor Shy, for coming in, man. It's always a pleasure having you in the building. Can't wait to every Wednesday, man. Wedded Wednesdays with Pastor Shy. We're gonna try to do something, and it's not just for married people. Some of this stuff is just good life advice, man. And some of the single people, and some people, it's gonna be a realization that probably you may be single because you're ugly. You didn't know that until we got up here. We're here to let you know.
his show. All right, guys, listen, love you. I'm getting out of here. Peace.
All
Peace.
right, bro. Y'all give it up for my man, Pastor Shot, man. Wedded Wednesdays. You may be single because you're ugly. Not. And here's the thing. I think we gotta accept that. Now, listen, your ugly is gonna be beautiful to somebody because people buy pugs all the time. Little ugly dogs. People buy those little ugly dogs all the time. Those things are great. But however, some people are single because they're ugly. Not your fault. Blame God. Blame God, not you. Yes, Tam, that is exactly why you're single. Tam, listen, Tam. Look, we and you are always now. If y'all don't know anything about my good friend Tam Ding Dong, Tam, you single because you want to be the man and the woman in a relationship. Can't do it. Can't do it. You got to go into your soft girl era. You got to go into you can't beat him. I mean, you can, but you got to let it go. You opening the door for yourself. You doing everything. Sometimes you got to just lay back and be a woman. You got to do that little walk that y'all taught me. Tam taught me that there's a soft girl walk. Like when somebody what is it? When somebody compliments a woman and they do like this, and y'all can't see my hand is low, and you got to be able to walk like this because somebody said something, like somebody be like, because you know how women don't compliment each other, they just yell out what they're excited about. So women be like, come on, shoes, and you got to be like, hey. That's why you got to do it. You got to cock your neck to the side. Your flabbers are gasted. It's on my knee. One of them is. The other one was over there. There go my wife mentioning. She ain't come in for us. She just looking for the knee massager. I done had it on the whole show. Y'all ain't even know it. Yeah, it's a knee massager. You put it on your knee, it heats and massages your knee. Now I done threw it over there to you, and you gonna take the other one. Okay, have your little attitude then. I can't win out here. I can't win. I done threw her the massager. Now she done walked off. Now the massager's over there massaging nothing. Now she's over there buzzing for no reason. Tam, don't be flabbergasted. Tam, you my friend Tam, you just strong. And I know a lot of people are looking for that strong woman, but at some point, y'all got to soften up a little bit. At some point, that strong woman thing, you gotta. It's some men on here watching, at least two. Men, tell the truth. Is there such a thing as a woman that's too strong? Is there such a thing as a woman that's too strong? Does that turn you off if you like, I can't do it? I can't do it, Hulk Hogan. Let it go. I think there is. I think there is there's a level to it. And ladies, sometimes you gotta be closeted strong. Sometimes you gotta be just for the male ego. Sometimes even if you got all of that strength, sometimes you just gotta be a little bit back. You gotta be back a little bit. LeBaron said most definitely. JD Martin Luther the King, I just prefer comfort. I'm not saying that you ugly at all, JD Martin Luther the King. I know you, not biblically. I know you. I don't think you ugly at all. I think now some women are single because they ugly. Some men too. Some people are single because they super quirky. I think it's gonna be you can't just find just a guy. You like weird stuff. Like you like, ain't that the one that like knitting and all that kind of stuff? You gotta every man that under the age of 70 ain't gonna be into a woman that's knitting. You gotta find one that likes knitting, that likes reading, likes going to museums and things of that nature. You got a different culture. You have a different type of you're gonna have a different type of group behind you. So that's why yours is. I'm supposed to let life jump you. It's not about letting life jump you, but you can't always just go punch life in the face because you think it's a threat. Sometimes you got to just be like, let me see what we got going on here. Sometimes you into life brutality. I think that's the line that people got to be able to draw. Yeah, I'd be like, do I let life jump me? Just because you see 3 dudes across the street, you immediately like they finna jump me. Let me go shoot them all. And they won't even ready for that. That ain't even what it is. You're a nerd. You got to find another nerd, or as they say in the community, a black nerd. You just got to find you can get you a word, white nerd. You just got to nerd it up. And the problem with being nerds is that nerds don't always go places where they can meet other nerds. Like if y'all all in the library, y'all can't even talk to each other because it's a quiet place. Museum, same thing. That's the hard thing for nerds. Where do nerds go? Where do all my nerds go? Do they ever leave home? He said, because every man can't handle a strong woman. That is not true. It's not true. That is not true. I think every man can handle a strong woman. Every man done got it in them to want to be fighting with you to prove who the man is in the house or in the relationship. Every man can handle a strong woman. I think men are fine with that. A lot of women need weak women, but I think a man ain't got time to be fighting you all the time. Yeah, why? It has been well documented. It's been said by many people. Men don't want to have to fight the whole world and come home and fight you. Bernard said, what is the example of the strong woman? They got you now, Letitia. What is it Letitia? Latisha? La. I'm just gonna call you La for right now. LeBaron, I want you to spell strong. The I and the O are next to each other on the keyboard. You have put being a string woman each time. There's a difference between being a strong woman and a dominant woman. There's a difference between being a strong woman and a dominant woman. We might have to get into that one on the next episode. There's a difference between a strong woman and a dominant woman. Like Bernard, and I say this about my friend Bernard, because Bernard's my friend, him and his wife are in a lot of things. You see a lot of stuff about them. They're very open in their relationship. I believe Bernard's wife is very strong because she has to put up with him. She has to put up with him. She has to help take care of him. Some of the things that their relationship has taking them through, it took a lot for her to be able to deal with it and stay there. So there's a strength in that. But if she's not overbearing and dominant, she still allows him to be a man, lets him to be the head of the household, and all of those things. Men don't like that you so laid back. We'll talk offline, Tam. We're gonna have just a Tam. Next time we sitting at the bar, people watching, and be like, Tam, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. And that's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna do something, and I'm gonna say this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Because Tam's my friend in real life. Not as much of a friend as Bernard, but a friend in real life. Let's get the show off on time. It's 8:57. We got 3 left. Today's word of the day is gamble. Gambol. I know y'all thought it was gamble because of the casino. Completely different gamble. This is a completely different gamble. Today's word of the day is gamble. Gambol. To run or jump in a lively way. To run or jump in a lively way. Once you reach a certain age, you are no longer able to gamble. Your ability to gamble throughout the playground is gone. Gone. Teacher said, I'm so used to being independent. I would love to follow, but he definitely has to be someone who can lead correctly. I get it. And that's the thing. I think that when you find women who have been independent for a very long time, that is the hardest obstacle for men to overcome is how do I lead somebody who's always been a leader? You got to go in there and kick her in her chest and be like, this is Sparta. And let her know, like, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part. And that becomes a trust thing. And we'll get into it. We got more Wednesdays to go. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in on this Wednesday. If you haven't got an opportunity to, make sure y'all go by our corporate sponsor, and that is Everbowl in Suffolk. If you putting something good in your mouth hole, you can find it there at Everbowl. It's not the official song, and I'm pretty sure they will be disappointed in me for singing that, because I don't think they want to be known for mouth holes. But Everbowl in Suffolk, they're open right now. You can order online. You can DoorDash it, all kinds of stuff, unless you live somewhere crazy like LeBaron. You all the way in Indiana, so you can't really get in there. But Everbowl Suffolk, craft superfoods is what they do over in there. Also, man, if you get an opportunity, I did something that I rarely do. If anybody knows anything about me and my comedy career, I am not one who does competitions. I have never done competitions. Well, I've done them, but I don't. I have won the McDonald's Gospel Fest for comedy. I've done different ones, but I'm just not big into doing comedy competitions. But I did one this year just to see, because sometimes you just want to see how you are in life, if you really are that good. And Martin Lawrence has one called Pass the Mic. I did that one. I entered myself in there. Go in there and check it out, man. There's a place in there for you to support. You can find it on there. I'm currently in like 37th place. Like I'm way down there. I'm like at 37th. The top 23 make it. I'm in 30. I think I checked. I'm in 36th place. Now it's nationwide. I think there was like 400 or 500 people who've already been in there. But there's your leaderboard. That's your top 5 right there. So those 5 are pretty much leading the way in there, and they score it. So they take you upload a video. They look at your video and they give you like a number grade, which is crazy. Like I was like, oh, this is wild. So as you can see, the top number grade right now is a 92. And you're like, oh, that's kind of dope. And I was like, all right, that's like a high B. I guess in a 10-point scale, that's an A. But they don't like nobody. That's the highest score is a 92. I scored out at an 81 and some change. Like the top 30 was up there, and it was 81.7, and I think I'm at an 81.4. So if you get an opportunity, man, go through there, check me out, vote for me. I'm good. And if you don't, then don't. If you don't, then don't. I ain't gonna be hurt either way. New Jersey, I'm in y'all area this weekend, man. If you happen to be in Union, New Jersey, I'm in Union, New Jersey this weekend with Imagine the Comedian and Timmy Hall, the comic cop. So if you're in Union, New Jersey, or Newark, or any of those surrounding areas, come and check your boy out. I'm getting out of here, man, because I'm 2 minutes over. One of the things I'm trying to do is make sure I stick to the time limit. We'll be back here again on tomorrow. Tell a friend, bring a friend, come through. Y'all make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. And I will catch you on tomorrow. Love y'all. It probably is because I'm not cursing. I'm the only one on there that's not cursing. I'll see y'all again on tomorrow, man. Peace, love, and I'll see you in.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah.